In this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. Now I'm in my auntie's today, so this is a different venue, and the lighting in my room is not working, so that's something to get fixed. However, the topic we'll be talking about today is gay marriage and being gay in general. Now, there are many religions throughout history that have supported, maybe not so much gay marriage, but they've supported gay relations, like two men being in love, or two men or two women being together, would be quite normal. We see this in Greek society, and even if you're an atheist, and you, because my friend's an atheist, and he doesn't believe in God or anything like that. To me, the stories of the gods and the mythology of the gods tell you a lot about Greek society or Roman society or Egyptian society. So we think a lot of Roman emperors would have had, maybe were bisexual, may have had male and female lovers. A lot of Greek emperors had male and female lovers. Um, Also, we take the Roman god Apollo. He was the god of sun and music. He had many female lovers as well as male. So we see in the pagan societies, before the pre-Christian society, a lot of pagan societies were quite accepting of two men being in love or two women having sexual or intimate relations. That wasn't deemed it sinful or wrong, it was quite acceptable, and many gods were associated with this behaviour as well. Just like if we look at Egyptian society, we condemn incest today, and I don't support incest or promote it. However, when we look at Egyptian society, many of the gods married their sisters, and this tells us, like, Osiris was the brother and wife of, he was the brother of Isis, but he was also her husband, and she was his sister and wife. So we see that incest was quite acceptable in Egyptian society. This is how the gods can tell us, if we follow the mythology of the gods, they can tell us a story about the people. And a lot of it, and in Roman and Greek society, being gay was quite acceptable. In Viking or Norse mythology, many Vikings, because they were farmers as well, would have the attitude that a man should take a wife, have a wife, and once he's had children, he's free to do what he wants. He could have multiple relationships, and there were many Viking men who would have sex with men. But if in the Viking society, the top would be looked more masculine. So if you were a top, look you would look more masculine, and if you were a bottom, that be looked as more feminine. Um, but in today's society, when we look at a lot of the religions that are against gay marriage and gay relations, like the Catholic religion, Judea, and Islam, Jesus never did say anything was wrong with. From a Christian perspective, Jesus never said anything wrong against. He never said anything about gay marriage. And to me, there's nothing in the Bible that's concrete which says being gay is wrong. Yes, if we look at the story of Adam and Eve, yes, God created a man and He created a woman. But to me, God was the higher power, and I don't believe in the Great Spirit or the higher power. I don't believe in the Christian God. But when I talked about what divinity is for me, and I done a video on that, so if you would like to check out how I describe divinity, then check that video out. However, I would say that there are nothing concrete in the Bible. And the Bible, now, in the pagan perspective, we don't have one holy book that we all follow or work with. We take philosophy from nature, from the world around us as pagans, but we don't have one book we all hold sacred or that. Whereas the Bible is it's man-made, but it's divinely inspired. But still, you could murder or killing people is wrong. But in the past, many Jews, Catholics, Muslims would stone people to death for being gay or committing adultery. Maybe Jesus wasn't so keen on that, but however, the shall not, every rule in the book was you should follow that, but the shall not kill rule was always brushed under the carpet. That, to me, that's the most important commandment, but it was always brushed under the carpet. But to me, there are nothing really wrong with being gay, because what two people do, like what two men get up to two women, it doesn't hurt anyone or cause anyone harm. And there's nothing, people can take verses out the Bible and interpret it to do violent acts. We can see this with certain popes in the past. They would take verses out the Bible to justify the Crusades. But as the Crusades are about murder and killing, which is breaking one of the Ten Commandments, therefore the Crusades were horrible and sinful. And in the Jewish faith, there are nothing really concrete saying what it's not acceptable in Jewish society, because in Jewish, Catholic or Islamic society, you're expected to marry a woman and have children. So there may be certain expectations in the society, in the Abrahamic societies, but the religion itself, which is a philosophy, doesn't actually say what being gay is sinful. And I could talk all day about that, but to me, and even from a Wiccan perspective, not all Wiccans follow the Wiccan Rede, but as a Wiccan, in it harm none, do what you will. And that means as long as your sexuality doesn't harm anyone, so therefore from a Wiccan perspective, it's not sinful. Witchcraft is a magical practice, so it's up to each individual witch how they roll and what their philosophy is and moral code is. Getting itchy nose. Anyway, so, and I just wanted to make a video about this. Now, Gerald Gardner did say at one point being gay was wrong, but the reason for that is because he was in a different time period. But from many modern pagans, we accept homosexuality, and there's nothing wrong with it. Now, and there's always going to be a lot of pressure about gay marriage and things, but so many religions that believe it's wrong or advocate for that, they forget that there's nothing actual concrete in the book which says that. And I could go on all day, so this is just a short video about this. And until the next installment of Spiritual Wisdom, it's important to remember that there's nothing wrong with being gay, and no religion on earth mandates or says that that's wrong. But remember, you can take verses out the Bible, twist those words, or use verses interchangeably to justify wrong and immoral acts. And to know if something's wrong, to me, you don't have to listen to a priest or look in a Bible or a book to know if something's right or wrong. Listen to your heart. Rather you're Catholic, Jewish, Muslim, yeah, you do want to follow your religious practices and traditions, but remember, you won't find God in a book. You could maybe find inspiration or that, but remember, God is in your heart. Divinity, the Great Spirit, is in your heart. So if your heart tells you homosexuality is wrong, then to me, that's more of a conditioning rather than an actual fact. Anyway, I could go on all day, so I'm just going to leave it here. And the message is there's nothing wrong with gay marriage or being gay, and no religion really mandates that that's wrong. However, until the next installment of Spiritual Wisdom, may meet, may part, may meet again.